Floyd Mayweather is a fuck boy, and that's a perfect descriptive term for Floyd Mayweather, which was used by T.I., of course, even in the he put a definition of the term, you know what I'm saying, which is perfect. Um, Floyd Mayweather just continues to be on the wrong side of history to me, man. He continues to be on the wrong side of history, and it's obvious that Floyd has little to no love for his people. And I'm not saying that Floyd Mayweather should be a revolutionary or the next Muhammad Ali. Um, that's not what he's going to be. That's not what he's about. You know what I'm saying? But for a person with that much wealth, think about it. Can you guys think of another person who has that much wealth, right? But at the same time, lack the influence and power that you normally see with someone that wealth. Like Jay-Z, he's worth $900 million. Puff Daddy, like last I saw, 820 million. You know, probably worth even more than that. Both of them now. When you look at these guys, you see businessmen. You see individuals who, over the last 2 decades, have attained a tremendous amount of power and influence within not only the record industry but the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying? Floyd, when I see him, man, I just see. I'm just gonna use this term just to be, precise. I see a rich nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, he's rich, but he kind of reminds me of like a black version of Rodney Dangerfield in not back to school, um, Caddyshack. He's rich, but he wasn't really respected like the other rich people and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was uncouth. You know what I'm saying? Like other rich people laughed at him behind his back and shit. He didn't really fit in. You know what I'm saying? Like I see a little of that with Floyd, but except the difference is Rodney didn't give a fuck. I think Floyd cares. Like Floyd cares more about what other rich people see in him rather than with his own people. Because generally, to me, rich black people, rich black people, unless they're well-rounded people, a lot of them they start showing their insecurities when they start attaining wealth. They feel insecure and they feel inadequate around other rich people who are white. You know what I'm saying? They already have this inferiority complex anyway, being around white people because they've been taught in this country that they're inferior to whites. So a lot of them, you know what I'm saying, they overcompensate subconsciously, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, to prove their worthiness and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like with Kanye West, his overly effusive praise of Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit that killed me about Kanye, he wasn't even talking at all about anything that Trump did policy wise. It was all about symbolism with the fucking hat on and just sucking Trump's dick, verbally the entire time in that fucking that tirade or the fucking shit he went on. And with Floyd, you know what I'm saying? Like with Floyd, he just goes out of his way to prove that he don't like, to me, like he got issues with black people. I mean, a lot of the shit that Floyd does and says, he could even just be like this. Look, Michael Jordan. a guy who we all know is a coon. Okay, even Michael Jordan got the common sense to at least give a politically correct lawyer like statement to shit. You know, Michael Jordan said something like through a statement. Uh, while Gucci has always been, he might say something like, well, while Gucci has always been a valued commodity or a valued company through many years of my relationship with them, I have to condemn them. And I can understand how many people in this country would be offended by the product that they recently produced. At the same time, you know, it hasn't been proven that Gucci had any racist intent, blah, 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 blah. Some fucking, uh, you know, kiss ass on both sides standard answer. Floyd don't even have the common sense to do that. They ain't never do anything to me. you know, it never stops with this dude. The Africa comments he made, the little cheap shots he should throw at Muhammad Ali before Ali died. About, I remember him talking about Ali fights were close. He barely won a lot of his fights. He lost. I think he made some comments about Ali's skills, and all this type of shit. And it's to the point, man, now where a lot of people like just catching on with this dude. Like they're really starting to catch on with how much this guy's a complete asshole. But ultimately, I think that Floyd Mayweather is going to regret not investing more of his time and effort into human relationships, into friends with friends and uh, partners. I'm talking about like a lifelong relationship with a girlfriend or wife or whatever. Um, I think ultimately he's going to regret that shit, man. Because while Muhammad Ali never was super rich, he should have been, but some of that came from the fact that he loved his people. You know what I'm saying? And he openly showed that love, which is why he was an icon for 4 decades. He was a star in the 60s, but by the 70s, he was an icon. 80s, 90s, the 2000s, until the time of his death, an icon. He's going to be an icon forever. Okay? Floyd Mayweather is a star, but I wouldn't call him an icon. You see what I'm saying? That investment of time into his own people, he's an icon. I guess you can make the argument that Michael Jordan's an icon. Yeah. A lot of that is media um, manipulation to an extent, but a lot of that was just the performances because of the way he played or whatever. Boxing's a whole different thing, though. And you see, the way that Ali invested in people, he died a happy man. The last few years of his life when he was frail, all that investment in time, he had people, loved ones that actually really cared about him. You could see his children really cared about him. His friends and family members, his brothers, they really truly cared about Muhammad Ali. Okay, other people that you don't even see in front of cameras, they really cared about him. They had round the clock care about this guy, you know, with him, and he died peacefully, a happy man. With Floyd Mayweather, I can see easily him being an 80-year-old man. He didn't get hit a lot, but I can still see a guy like him with the profession he had. I can see an 80-year-old man with Floyd Mayweather with, you know, Alzheimer's or something like that. And I can see certain family members maybe not caring as much about him. And I can see people stealing money from him. So I can see him being a little bit mentally confused, people taking advantage of that shit, transferring money from his account to their account. And I can see Floyd being 85-year-old man, speaking gibberish in a nursing home facility in a place that he don't belong in, and his assets depleted and shit. I can see something like that 40-something years from now with him. I can see something like that because he don't invest much as far as time and human friendships or relationships. I mean, you can see how he's never been able to maintain a friendship with anybody he's interacted with. He's never been able to maintain a relationship. So that's why I say that. I can see that happening with him. I hope that doesn't, but I can see that happening with him. But tell me what you guys think.